Okay, now we're going to talk about advanced exclusion, and this is another really powerful feature that I think is going to catch on pretty well, especially for like warehousing and archiving scenarios. So let's take a look. We've got all of these Minion databases on here. We've got Minion and Minion underscore 2014, 0809, and then we've got 0987, ASD 12 something. We've got this guy right here. We've got client, beta, test, QA, rebuild, server beta. So we got a lot of these Minion databases on here, and we really don't care to reindex any of them. So rather than enter in exceptions for every single one of them, or rather than have to put them in the exclude here with a percent sign, I think it's best if we use a regex lookup, and we're going to get a lot more power out of this. So you're going to find that in the Minion dbmaint regex lookup table. And here's what this looks like. It's very simple. You give it an action. I want to exclude. In the current version, version 1, I only allowed excluding, but in future versions, I'm going to allow an include as well. Now the maintenance type is going to be reindex or all. In future versions, it's going to be your options will be all, but it will also be able to do with reindex or backup or check DB. So what that's going to mean is that you can exclude all of these databases from all of your maintenance operations in a single row in a table just by putting all in there, or you can exclude it from only certain ones. Now, I'm not going to teach you regex necessarily in this video, but by putting Minion in the regex column, what that's telling it is it's going to catch any database at all with the word Minion in it, anywhere in there. So it's kind of the same thing as saying %Minion %. So let's go ahead and take a look and see if this did what we wanted it to do. There we go. Now you notice, I'm going to expand this a little bit. Now you notice how I don't have Minion databases anywhere in this result set anymore. Right? I can take that row out of there. Let's go ahead and delete that row out of there. There we go. So that row is no longer in there. Now when I run this, you notice how I get my Minion databases again. But it's a lot more powerful than that. Regex is very powerful. That's a very simple example that's very easily handled as well, or I'll say again, just simply by calling this SP That's the same thing as doing that. But, like I said, it gets much more complicated than that. What if I had a database that had a date after, or had to have a certain string in it, or had to have, a certain string followed by a date followed by another string, or anything at all? There are so many different combinations that you can come up with that a simple like expression can't possibly cover. So being able to use regex expressions is really important. I consider this to be an advanced feature. Not everybody knows how to use regex, but I do think that those of you who know regular expressions and have this sort of need are really going to appreciate this feature.